I'm so glad to be here. I'm so lucky to be here in this group to share about my experience as a solo traveler. I'm I'm very happy to be able to share with you my journey. It's been 2 years that I've left my hometown and I've been solo traveling the world. And this has changed my life in so many beautiful ways that now I want to share. And I want to help other women experience that type of freedom because that's one of the things that solo traveling is going to bring to you. If you step into that pond of solo traveling the world, you will discover so much freedom, so much self confidence. You will develop so much more autonomy and a lot of resilience as well. Solo traveling is really something that brings so much to your life. It adds value, adds fulfillment. It adds a lot of practice as well. You know, in personal development, we love having a lot of theories and we learn a lot of things mentally, but solo traveling is really good because it gives you a really nice ground to put all of those theories in practice about self-awareness, self-confidence, setting boundaries. Um, it helps you develop so many new capacities that some of them you didn't even know you had. Solo traveling is also very good for your self confidence because you will prove a lot of things to yourself. Like, I remember when I went to Australia, being initially born and raised in France, for me, Australia was the other side of the world. And last year, when I went to Australia on my own, I proved to myself that I'm able to go to the other side of the world all by myself. And when I went there, not everything was perfect. A few things happened that made it a bit challenging. But I managed. I managed on my own. I seek some support in some things I needed support with, and then it went well. So, solo traveling will also bring to you an awareness, a very physical and practical awareness of what you're capable of doing. You will realize that you're able of doing so much more than what you think. And we all have that invisible limitation about what we are able to do on our own. But we shouldn't listen to that limitation, or we can listen to it, but we must challenge it because we know, and you know that you're able to do a lot more than what you're usually doing. So type I'm capable in the comments if you relate to that. You know that you could do more. You know that you could expand that comfort zone. You know you could expand it. Maybe you don't know yet how to gently and kindly challenge yourself. And I'm saying this gently and kindly because this is how I have managed to build myself as this person who is now having this freedom lifestyle. So it's been 2 years I've been traveling all around the world and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy this lifestyle, but I didn't start from where I am today. I started right after the pandemic. Do you remember? 2 years, 1 year, like 1 or 2 years without being able to travel, to move, and even in for some months, even to go even to go anywhere. We were shut down. And this lasted for such a long time that after this ended, more or less, then we were like, oh, I can do whatever I want now. But it felt hard. It felt hard to get back on track to moving again. So let me know in the comment section if you have felt that you were so much more mobile before the pandemic than after. That because of being restricted for such a long time, you have lost some mobility. You have lost this ability and self confidence and energy to move around and do many things. So, this is where I started from. And I started very slowly and very gently. Because when you see in video those people who tour around the world, and in a way it looks very attractive, but it can look also a bit scary. It can look a bit scary if you don't know how to start, where to start, and how to start small. So you can gain and build that self confidence and build that pleasure as well. It's not a chore or anything like that. It's something that is good for you. It's really good for your mind and for your body and your entire aura to really put yourself into new situations on your own and do this on a regular basis because it keeps your mind and body aware that you are free and you can go and do anything and go anywhere on your own and you'll be fine and you will enjoy it. So now I want to share a bit about my story, about how this journey all started, because you may be able to recognize yourself in that. How it started is that after that pandemic, I was in my middle-sized town in France, but I started to feel disconnected from my environment little by little. Wow, that was really challenging. It felt like a chapter was ending. Everything I used to like in that area, everything I used to be attached to, everything seemed to fall down. It makes me feel of a tree when the tree loses its leaves. It looked a bit like that. My life was kind of fading away. All those friends, those collaborators, those things I used to like, one by one, everything seemed to be taken away from me. I was in a country where I didn't feel aligned with the values anymore, with the conversations around me. Everything seemed to just not be where I wanted to be anymore. So when you lose that excitement and also when you lose the pride of being where you are, I love it when I meet people who tell me, oh, I live in that city, and they are so excited about their city. They are so excited about where they live. And I find that's beautiful. And that's kind of a loyalty and a nice foundation to have in your life. And I started to see myself and hear myself saying, "Oh, I'm here," but I didn't feel like to say anything really nice and good about that area anymore. So I thought, I don't want to become that person who doesn't want to say beautiful things about the place where she lives. I don't want to hear myself becoming that person. So I thought, then it means it's time for a change. It's time for me to go and find a new place where I can live. And it's time for me to find maybe not just one at first, but several places that I want to say beautiful things about. Beautiful things about people, about the weather, about the area, about the experience you're having somewhere. You need that. And there are two ways you can add that to your life again. So, no pressure. Please, no pressure. There's no pressure in that. It's really easy. It can be surprisingly smooth to go through that type of change. You can either use solo traveling to try and test several other places with the idea that you may want to relocate later on to those places. Or you can build a freedom lifestyle where maybe you come and go. Maybe you live in several places around the world. Maybe you keep your home base and just travel and come back. Or maybe you find several new places where you're gonna spend most of your year. So, my advice to you is to always put some realities, some actions, and some tests between your fantasies about other places and your actions. I remember many years ago when I was younger and still working and as an employee in corporate jobs. Me and my friends sometimes we would hear good things about a city and maybe we would see a job opportunity in that city, we would apply. And then if we would be chosen, we would be like, "Oh, I found a job in that new city," and we would relocate just like that without even knowing that city. Maybe sometimes just knowing a reputation about it. But guess what? Does it work? No. Most of the time, it doesn't work. You had a preconceived idea of that place. You heard people say things about that place. But those people, they are not you. So your level of perception is so personal, is so special, and what you need as well as a person is different from what everyone else is needing. So you need to put some realities and go and spend time in places that you dream about. So from the dream, you create a reality and then you become grounded into that new reality. And then you can make new and clever choices. You also need to have a little bit of information, a bit of knowledge about what I call travel intelligence. You need to elevate your travel intelligence because there are extremely interesting and clever ways to travel smartly. Travel the world smartly. There are really good opportunities. There are very nice platforms that exist. And on Saturday, I will be offering a workshop. This Saturday, the 29th, I will be hosting a workshop where I'm going to really dive deep into a really nice series of tools that you can use to start building your process of traveling or relocating. You can use my tool for both goals. And I'm going to share that on Saturday during my travel workshop. It's going to be a really unique space to have insights inside of what I've been doing for 3 years. It's going to be the first time I'm going to be sharing all of this live, and there will be a Q&A. So please type travel workshop in the comments if you want us to be in touch about that. Okay, so now I want to share with you about that freedom that solo traveling can bring to you. Type freedom in the comments if you want to be free, if you want to feel free. What I want to share here is my joy. I came and I told Elizabeth that I needed a space to share my joy because I'm so satisfied. I've been feeling so satisfied by this lifestyle, and I wasn't like that 3 years ago. I was very dissatisfied in many levels, and I feel like solo traveling has helped me elevate my levels of satisfaction in every area of my life, in terms of business, in terms of relations, social life, in terms of meaning, emotions, wellness as well. So, what I want you to understand is that solo traveling is not about just, going to see a place, take pictures, and come back. It will bring something so deep. And that's why I wanted to speak in this community, because I see here a lot of women who have actually access to a lot of depth. And what do you think it could bring to you and to your life to meet communities and healers all around the world? How do you think you would feel if you would listen to your intuition about those healing lands that you have been carrying inside of you all your life? Does healing land resonate with you? We all have those ideas of those places. We're like, oh, I wish I would go to that country. We are intuitively attracted by some lands, by some cultures. We can be fascinated by some very special places, and sometimes we don't know why. But there's a very deep meaning behind this. Those are your healing lands. You are attracted, those fantasies, those attraction you have to find ways to go to those places and meet people there, meet locals, meet communities, because they have very important messages for you. It's very important to connect to those places, connect to those people, because they will heal you at a very deep level, and they will also elevate you into your next step and your next level of life. So, behind solo traveling, there is so much more. There can be everything. And as a holistic coach and mentor, I'm happy to welcome and support all of my clients on all of those levels. So it's about, yeah, get this going, building it, learning all those practical tools and logistic, but it's also about how deep the transformation you will benefit from by solo traveling the world, how big it's gonna be. And it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna bring back that smile on your face. And right now, my message here, because of seeing so many people these days who are tired, angry, dissatisfied, my message here is to say that there is a way. There is a way for happiness and satisfaction. You just have to get on the move. So type on the move in the comment section if you're ready to transform your life. And thank you so much for listening. Please, let's keep in touch, and I will share some information with you depending on your comments. So, thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you on Saturday on the travel workshop.